sewing vlog, The Seaside Sewist. I'm Natalie, and I'll just want to start by saying thank you to all my new subscribers. It's lovely to have you here, and welcome back to my subscribers who've been with me from the start. I'm getting on for maybe nearly 60 vlogs now, which I never even thought that I would do one. So this is becoming a bit of a journey now. Now this vlog is a little chatty catch up. I've acquired some fabrics and a pattern, and I'm going to show you a little update on some cross stitch that I've got. I am going to start by plugging my sewing socials. So we are on Monday the 3rd of July. So next Wednesday the 12th I do my first sewing social in Teesside. It's in Stockton-on-Tees, at a community centre called Grangefield Community Centre. It's in a little residential area in Stockton. It's from 10 till 4. It's £35 a person. You bring your sewing machine and a project, or you can bring knitting, cross stitch, any other small craft like that. And you get a fabulous lunch provided by a catering company that is a small business close to where I live in Redcar, and they are called Coastal Bakes. And I'm very excited. There's still some spaces left, so please let me know. It's Monday today. I'm going to try and get this vlog up by tonight. And in the next couple of days I am going to have to give her the final numbers for the catering. So if you do want to not miss out on a day of dedicated sewing and meeting new sewing friends, then give me either a comment here or go over to my Instagram that I have set up called Sewing North, sewing_north. That is what my sewing socials are called. I'd love to see you there. So I'm getting really excited about that. So on the sewing day, I am going to work on a project. Now it is, my friend has got two little boys, they are ages 4 and 2, and they are going on their first foreign holiday as a family this year. So I want to make them a couple of little holiday shirts, and I'm going to use this pattern here that I got off Etsy, and it's called the Thomas shirt. And it's a casual shirt with an open revere collar, short sleeves and a double yoke. The styling is typical of a standard men's casual shirt, suitable for boys or girls. The fit is generous to give comfort and a stylish, loose and roomy look. And that goes from sizes 2 to 14, so which is really good size range. It says you need to have intermediate to advanced sewing skills. I have made shirts before. I have done things with yokes where you've had to bag them out. So I'm going to have that already cut out, and that is the project that I'm going to take to my social with me. And I'm going to make that in this. So I wanted like the little sort of Hawaiian shirt look. So I bought this cotton with like loads of little leaves and ferns on, like a multicoloured one, and this is from Sew Fabrics. They do an amazing range of cottons. I've used them before for Etsy orders and things like that. So I've got 2 meters of that. I think the one that I'm going to make for the 2-year-old, I'm going to make actually the 3, which takes I think 80 centimeters. And I'm going to make for the 4-year-old, I'm going to make the size 5, which takes 1.1. So I've got more than enough there. So that's going to be my project, whether I actually get any sewing done at all, because I'm just so excited to go and meet some new people. There's some people coming that I already know, but it's going to be a little bit of a different dynamic. So I'm just really excited for that day. So I have been using the app Stash Hub, which I will link in the description box. absolutely fantastic app. So you upload all your fabrics onto there, and each fabric you can put a photograph in, and then you can put in the composition, if it's pre-washed, if it's when you bought it, where you bought it from, and things like that. You can also do it with your patterns, and then it'll show Instagram challenges on there. It's great. And then you can do little projects, so you can start a project and say it's for myself, so you put a photograph of yourself there, and then you put the fabric and the pattern that you're using, and it just helps you to sort of plan your makes a little bit better. So I'd already put my fabric on there, and I said something like, this is probably not a lot for a lot of people. I'm going to say how much fabric I've got now, and a lot of people are going to say that isn't a lot at all. So when I uploaded all my fabrics, I then went in to see how much fabric I had, and I've got something like 25 pieces of fabric, and it's something like 60 meters, which when you sort of start putting it into that context, you think, wow, I need to make some things. I then had a bit of time when I came back off holiday to go through my patterns, which I've been meaning to do for ages, sort them and put them on Stash Hub. And I had something like 45 patterns, and I've made less than half. So I thought, right, I need to start marrying up some of my fabric with some of the patterns, so I don't need to buy any fabric and any patterns. I'm just going to work through my stash for a bit. And I went on Instagram stories, and First for Fabrics were on there, and Tamlin was doing her great bit of social media where she comes on and shows new fabrics. And I'm a bit of a fangirl, I think, where Tamlin from Sewn on the Tyne is concerned. She was the first person I kind of got into on YouTube. I wasn't even dressmaking at the time, and I became aware that there was YouTube sewing channels, and I started watching Tamlin, and I've been influenced by her ever since. So she came on Instagram stories, and it's just the way that she shows the fabric, she shows the drape of it. She'll go and get patterns that she thinks will work well with the fabrics that she's picked out, and she's just really, really good at it. And I think if you have some sort of fabric store or things like that, you need to be interactive on social media. It draws people in. It's the way forward. So anyway, enough waffling. I bought 3 fabrics. I was quite good, I only bought 3. So the first one I got was a metre of this cotton poplin. So it's on a navy background, and it's got all these flowers on, but they're kind of a bit retro, I would think. So like some of the colours that I use, like some of the oranges and yellows and the pinks and things like that. I haven't a clue what I'm going to make with it. I do like to make the tilly and the buttons Stevie in cotton rather than viscose. I like the boxy look rather than the drapey look on that. So I haven't made one of them for a while. I might make one of those with this. So this is all being pre-washed. I bought it, I think it was last week, and I pre-washed it all. The next fabric I bought, again, is a metre, maybe something like a Donny shirt. So it's like an Hawaiian shirt for me. So it's on a navy background again, and then it's got all these big leaves, and it's got I'm not even going to try and guess what the flowers are. There's some sort of tropical flower. So it's in like oranges and peaches. I just thought that was absolutely gorgeous. So I've got a metre of that. I'll maybe make the Donny shirt or something like that with that. Just thought that was really, really nice. And then I got 2 meters of another fabric, which is this one. So it's like I don't even know how to, it's not mint. It's not a mint green background. It's like a sea green, would you say? And then it's got these big blue flowers, and then again some sort of tropical flower, I think it is. Anybody who knows any of these flowers who wants to give me an education, please put it in the comments. So I've got 2 meters of that because I could see that as a dress, but I think it could work as a dress for the summer or even going into the autumn with tights. I do have to confess, I've started looking at autumn fabrics. It's only the 3rd of July today, but autumn and winter are my favourite seasons. I prefer the winter. I don't know why. I'm not a massive lover of the heat. It's lovely to have a bit of sun and it makes everyone happy and cheers the place up a bit, but I do prefer to be in the autumn and the winter, so I have been lusting over more of the autumn fabrics, and they'll be getting shared with us soon enough. So I'm starting to think about my autumn wardrobe a little bit, which is a bit silly, but there you go. So they were the fabrics that I got from First for Fabrics, and I also bought the matching threads. So you literally put the Gutterman threads in your basket and then just ask them to marry them up. So I've got all the threads there as well. So that is it on the fabric front. I have been doing a little bit of cross stitch, and it's just talking about autumn and winter. I've actually been doing a little bit of Christmas cross stitch. So at the end, not at the end of last year, in the Boxing Day sale with Hobbycraft, they were selling these little cross stitch kits. So these are usually £2.50, and then if you wait until Boxing Day, they're £1.25. So I bought a bunch of these. You get everything in there that you need, and they are approximately 3 by 3 inch. So I've started making those, and what I'm going to do with them is put them in a little frame and use them as a tag on people's Christmas gifts, and then they can hang them on the tree year after year. So I've totally finished one. If you hear that little tune there, that was actually my washing machine finishing. So I finished one. So I've done this Christmas tree one, and it's got little French knots as the baubles. That was quite a simple one to do. And then I'm nearly finished with this one. So this is like a little Christmas toadstool, and I'm literally just onto the back stitching. So I've enjoyed doing those. I actually sat in the garden when it was like 30 degrees cross stitching a Christmas cross stitch. It was quite funny. So I'm working my way through those. I think I've also got I bought 2 of each, so I've got another Christmas tree and another toadstool to do, and then I think I bought 2 Santa coming out of a chimney, and I can't remember what the other one was, but as I make them up I'll show you. So I'm just, they take a couple of nights to do, or 2 or 3 nights if you spend an hour or so on them each night. So I'm just trying to chip away at them, so they're done for Christmas. So that is kind of what I've been up to. I've been back from holiday a couple of weeks now. We went to Italy, and we stayed in Verona but did like a little tour of Italy. So we were quite near to the train station, and we just kind of went wherever we went every day. I'm not going to lie, I couldn't actually find any fabric shops. I think Milan probably had a few fabric shops, but we had a full itinerary that day. So I'll put a little montage of my holiday at the end of this video. So if you're not interested in that, then when I say bye, you can just turn off. But anyone that is interested in seeing a little bit of footage, I will pop that in there. So I don't think I've got anything else to tell you. As I say, if you are interested in coming to my sewing day, let me know. The next one is Wednesday the 16th of August, so if you can't make the July one, you can come along to that one. And I've actually booked all of the days until the end of the year. I am maybe going to trial a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want to make a habit of doing a Saturday and a Sunday, or a Saturday or a Sunday. I work in retail, so I have 2 days off a week, and they're more than enough. They are weekdays, so that's when my days off are. So for example, this week I'm off Monday and Tuesday. I tend to get either 2 weekend days or a weekend a month off. Now that I like to spend with my husband because he is off on a weekend, so that is our time together. But if I can wangle an extra weekend day from work, I might trial a Saturday or a Sunday, but it might be something that I only do quarterly. The room I've got at the community centre holds so many, but on a weekend day I could actually have the room next door as well, so we could have both rooms, so I could take quite a lot of people. If a weekend day is something that you would be interested in, let me know. I am just sort of trying to get a feel for what people want, really. But personally, a weekday is best for me, and I do already have some people that have booked on for the weekday, so that seems to be okay for them as well. So give me a thumbs up or a like if you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you don't already do so. And I will leave you now with some Italian footage. Bye.